Obligatory podcast intro.
Hello and welcome. This is Flipping Pages with Matt and Adam. I'm Matt. This is my co-host Adam. And this show is where we take all 128 letters, we put them in a shoe, and we pick a letter and pick a comic that begins with that letter. I don't know his, and he doesn't know mine. And I guess spoilers.
Yeah,
just for everything.
Throughout, yeah.
If we mention a movie, spoilers.
We're going to spoil it.
Yeah, just
Comic book,
beware.
it's going to be spoiled.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so you wanted to go first this week.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited this week. Like we said, we pick a letter out of a hat, a shoe, any receptacle we can find, really. And I got P, and I was like, instantly, I was like, Punisher. And I was like, I can't do Punisher. So I just went up to the store like I normally do, looked at my selection of Ps, saw a comic from Image that I'd never heard of, never seen before. It's called Paper Girls. I'm actually just going to read the back this time because it breaks it down real easy. In the early hours after Halloween of 1988, four 12-year-old newspaper delivery girls uncover the most important story of all time. Suburban drama and supernatural mysteries collide in this smash hit series about nostalgia, first jobs, and the last days of childhood. So I was like, I read that and I was like, cool. Like, I think I'm going to grab this. I looked at the art for 1 second, decided it was cool looking.
I like it.
I grabbed it. I can so earlier we were trying to talk about how we explain how
childhood ends. She's smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
so
she's rough.
This cover was taken after childhood is already gone. Right?
That's the tough one. That's what's her name? That's Mackenzie. That's Mac. She is 12. She has her own paper route, and she sure is hardcore. Nice. She smokes Camels all day, every day. But so I was like, look at the art. Looks cool. I'm going to do it. So I grabbed it. I read it. It's just a regular trade paperback. It collects, I think it's 1 through 5 of number 1 of Paper Girls. It was cool. I had never heard of the artist or the writer before. The artist was... Brian K. Vaughan, and the writer was Cliff Chang. Mm-hmm. Artist was Cliff Chang, writer was Vaughan. Yep. Yeah, so I never heard of them. They're cool, man.
You ever seen any other stuff they've done?
Yeah, never. I don't think I've even heard those names before, let alone read anything by them.
I'll admit, I'm not good with keeping up with
I never
writers. I might have read
names.
a few of the same person's stuff and not known it.
Yeah, I definitely.
We'll get better at that.
Now that I'm writing stuff down, I'll definitely get better about it. So it's a cool story.
That art is cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's real colorful.
It is very bright.
Each page kind of has like a primary color palette of it, of like a dark blue kind of. It all takes place at night. So this whole story is just one night in their lives. A 1988 Halloween night, basically.
I was 1.
Yeah, I was 2. So we were getting rolled around in a stroller, hopefully.
I was walking.
But yeah, so our main character's name is Erin. She has a paper route.
They all have paper routes?
That's the thing. That's why it's called Paper Girls.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't notice that. That makes me very happy.
Dang it.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't even
I think I said the paper route thing a couple times.
You said Mackenzie has a paper route.
Yeah, well, they both do.
Oh, is it on the back of the book?
No, they don't say that. Oh, that they're paper people?
People?
Newspaper delivery girls.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah.
My bad.
Newspaper delivery girls.
I'll do better.
But it's cool. So she's new to town. She just got this paper route, and some bullies were kind of bullying her on her first night. Mackenzie and her little crew of Tiffany and KJ roll up and kind of save her. Mm-hmm. They're real cool to her. They make fun of the bullies.
They actually killed those guys.
They actually
so
know.
Awesome.
The one chick, Mackenzie, calls him a faggot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. But it's just like
88.
a full page. It's a full page of her going, cool costume, faggot. Wow. Yeah, so that actually was only a few pages in. So I was
gotta
like,
be true to the times.
88.
You know,
it was.
She probably wasn't calling him gay.
You know what's
honestly
the funniest part about you saying that is, so she gets the guys to leave, and the first thing that the new girl says is, you can't call anybody the F word.
Oh,
and then she
okay.
and she had actually made a reference to AIDS as well already. Mackenzie
wow.
had, and then so she clarifies that, and anybody can get AIDS, not just gays. So like, she's from 2023 for sure.
Oh yeah,
100%.
She time traveled.
Yeah, right. So she corrects her new friends about that. They kind of introduce themselves. Oh, cool. We get like a 1-page introduction to who these people are.
Does Thor show up? It says Krakoom.
Krakoom. There's some good.
That's what Thor's hammer does.
Yeah, it does. There's some good. What do they call those? When the sound it makes the sound.
Onomatopoeias?
Isn't? No, it feels wrong.
Yeah, it does.
I don't remember, but there's some good ones in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Boom.
So they kind of cruise around. It's Halloween night. They're all delivering papers early in the morning.
Halloween night.
Yeah, after Halloween night.
Oh,
yeah. So next morning, super early in the morning. So they're cruising around.
December 1st.
Yeah, they're cruising around, and then they Mackenzie and the main chick Erin run into the cops. The cop know Mackenzie by name. They call her out, talk about how somebody was...
that girl that calls everyone the F word.
Yeah, we don't even do that now. Like, what are you doing? But no, so he accuses her of breaking windows. The nude chick says, nah, she's been with me all night. She didn't do anything. Cop leaves. So they get a radio from their homies that they just got jumped by somebody. They were dressed like ghosts. So they go to back up their homies. All these people are ride or die within meeting each other of like 20, 30 minutes.
Hey, man, we're both men. We don't understand what teenage girls
That's
are
true.
like,
Maybe they're thick as thieves like that. Well, they roll up to like beat the people up that like jumped their friends. They show up. They kind of explain what happened. They got jumped by guys dressed like black ghosts. And they stole their radio.
We're not the KKK.
Yeah,
we're
opposite.
ghosts.
We're the opposite.
We are ghosts.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify
so they
that.
steal one of the chicks' radios and run off. And they kind of beat up the girls. So
like a boombox?
No, like an actual like CB,
okay.
Communication, little mini
their
radio.
cell phone.
Yeah, yes, exactly. 88 cell phone. So they go trying to find these dudes. They run into a house that's making a weird noise. Go downstairs. In the basement, there's this weird contraption. It looks kind of biomechanical, kind of futuristic. They don't know what it is. They kind of speculate. Is it aliens? Is it whatever? They end up messing with it a little bit, and then all this noise happens. They get real scared. They run outside because they're afraid the thing's going to blow up. So they run outside, and then as they're outside, the sky looks way different.
Yeah,
they actually comment about how you can see all the stars. They're like, well, the power's out, so you can see the stars better when the power's out. No, I've never seen stars like that when I was camping or anything.
Right, yeah.
This is different. And then while they're looking at the stars, they spot the black-clad ninjas. And they're like, hey, you guys, we know you. You jacked our CB radio. Come over here. And so they go to instantly fight these people with like a club.
These chicks are pretty go hard. I'm seeing the pages.
They're like 30 minutes in.
I want to read this.
No, they're 30 minutes in. So like this is
cool.
Ride or die. Mackenzie's down. Her friends got hurt, so Mackenzie...
Seems like Mackenzie just likes to fight, and they have to back her up regardless
no
of
matter
tightness.
what. Yeah. Brand new chick had to back her up. So she unmasked one of the black-clad ninja guys. He's like a deformed Rocky Dennis looking type dude. He's definitely human, but he's like deformed Rocky Dennis type guy. He's speaking
Is that the mask?
Yeah.
Is that what you...
Yeah.
Does that dude really look like that? That's makeup.
No, it's makeup.
That's that actor that's always a sleazeball and everything, right? Isn't he the heroin? The heroin guy from Pulp Fiction?
Yes. That's him. Yes, that's him.
Yeah, that's how he really looks. They put makeup on him now for Pulp Fiction to make him look
normal. Right. So they're fighting this ninja guy. He's speaking some crazy language. They run off. The ninja guys get away.
Was that electric stuff he had in his head?
He has like circuits like running through his head, and he's speaking some weird.
Not a normal high school student.
No, he's definitely not. He's something else. He looks deformed with like circuits in his head and stuff. So those guys get away. They drop some technology, which surprise, it's supposed to be like a twist. Oh, it's an iPod. It's like an Apple iPod they dropped. Oh, it's 88. This is America 88. Why is there an iPod here?
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So the ninjas.
I'm kind of into this, bro.
I told you this is only number one, and I swear there's like 4 or 5 more of these ones.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah. So
what's the writer's name?
Yeah.
You can say it again.
It does. Hold on. What was it? Vaughn. Brian K.
You
Vaughn.
got yourself a reader, Vaughn.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's really cool. So
And Chang.
The ninja guy gets away. He's running away, and this is kind of important. I just thought it was cool. It's not really important. The ninja guy hops a fence into a backyard. He's running away with his sack of stolen bindle, and all of a sudden, out of like a portal, not sure exactly what it is, but you see like the leg of a pterodon, like a pterodactyl type thing.
Oh.
And then on the next page, whatever it is, eats him like instantly.
Oh, he chomped his head
Chomps
off.
his head, and then some strange arm is picking up the CB radio that he
Dude,
got away from.
This is wild.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty.
hope y'all are as into it as I am.
It's really cool. So like the girls get away and they go to one of their friends' houses. Oh, the new girl's house. They're holding up in the house. They're trying to decide what to do. Blah blah blah. I put a note in here because I was gonna skip over it if I didn't. So they're at the place, and the Mackenzie's trying to convince everybody to leave. Some people don't want to leave. Let me read this part word for word. The adults already blew this popsicle stand, new kid. You can hide out here and wait for those Frankensteins to come break in and rape your face. But I'm going to find a way to defend myself.
That's Mackenzie, right?
Yeah, I said that when I was a edgy teenager. You know what I mean? I would say stuff like that. So I guess it makes sense for her to say it. But honestly, this every few pages of this comic book, I'm like, oh damn.
I have heard you say "rape your face" before.
I do. I've used the word term.
Yeah.
That's why it hit me.
You're like talking about a football game. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, they rape their faces.
Oh,
Like,
exactly. So like I've used it very
that's
nonchalantly.
funny, man.
But
Obviously, these guys have.
writer
too.
that's what I was getting at. This
He's
writer.
he's probably our age, bro.
Oh, he had it set in 88. So that usually pine for the time either right when you're a kid or before you're a kid.
Or something right before, yeah.
Yeah.
Right before.
Exactly. But no, I just had to point that out. I thought it was super hilarious. It kind of comes out of nowhere. And I had to say something because
Like everything she
it
says
genuinely
kinda
hit
comes
me
out.
hard. Like it hit me. I was like, holy crap.
Whoa.
Because like it's
Whoa.
usually you just see violence in comics
Yeah,
and such.
right.
Maybe little titties and whatnot. But usually the dialogue or terms usually aren't even that gnarly. So they're rolling around the neighborhood and they're realizing
That is true.
everybody's gone. They're not running into anybody anymore. They thought earlier there was nobody
I
around
was
because it
about
was
to
early
ask
morning.
this. Yeah,
Well,
I was
now
curious.
they went to what's her name's house. Her sister's not there. Her mom's not there. Nobody's anywhere. So they're just kind of rolling around. They leave the house. They found one of their classmates wearing his costume like frozen in the middle of the street. They're like, oh, don't touch him, whatever. You think he's gonna like come to life and whoop him? But that's not what happened. It's a diversion for the 400 pterosaurs
That's
that
a lot.
bust out of a space crack in time, I guess. And so right above these girls is just like literally like 400 pterodons just like flying around. So they're like, oh, maybe we should get out of here. So they get to Mackenzie's house. And they're kind of chilling for a minute, and Mackenzie's stepmom comes out.
She's there.
Yeah, she's there. So like nobody else is around, but Mackenzie's stepmom is around.
I see she's got a bottle and
She's
a cigarette.
boozing it, smoking cigarettes, living it up.
So she got drunk and ended
As
up
soon
in the
as this
same
happened,
place.
as soon as anything
Oh,
went
right.
wrong,
Okay.
So this wanted to point this part out because it was kind of important. She says she was laying in bed with Mackenzie's dad. She rolled over, rolled back, and he was gone. He disappeared in the thin air.
Okay.
So he didn't get up and walk away. He didn't. So they still don't believe her, even though they've seen pterodons and
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
what the hell? They've seen
They're still like,
circuits
no,
in dudes'
people
heads."
don't just disappear. So she says, yeah, people disappear apparently. So she busts out her gun and she's like, kind of threatening the girls, like, why are you like? It's weird. She's drunk and very suicidal, and she puts the gun to her head and
Ugh.
she's about to shoot herself in front of all
Her
these
children.
4 girls. Yeah, one of them's her stepdaughter, and luckily Mackenzie hops out like ride or die, like I said, grabs the gun, holds it away. Her mom and her wrestle over it. Gun goes off. Everybody's kind of looking around. They're like, oh, thank God nobody got hit. That's really good, blah, blah, blah. But then you see the new girl actually took one to the gut.
Ooh.
So, yeah, Erin, the new girl, just took a slug to the gut. Looks like a 38, maybe a 357. Something not inconsequential, I'll say that. And so they're all...
God, it wasn't them space guns.
Yeah, thank God
Or
she didn't
whatever-
just
wherever the
disappear
fuck they
into
are.
a red skeleton.
Or that.
Yeah. So, and then there's a cool little part where a portal's above the football field at school. There's 2 teens there that have not disappeared. They're still here. And so they're kind of hanging out. And then all of a sudden, a pterosaur
Oh!
comes and lands. Yeah. like it's a Quetzalcoatlus or whatever, like the biggest one ever. And
what?
Quetzalcoatlus or
What's
whatever.
that Aztec?
Yeah, but that's what they named the biggest pterosaur that ever lived or whatever.
So I was making a joke. That's his actual name?
No.
The Aztec king?
No.
What is this thing called again?
That's a Quetzalcoatlus or whatever? Yeah. So that's just the pterosaur is
Okay.
That's what they're called. But so this dude's riding on the back with armor that we saw earlier. Whenever I said a hand that when the other pterosaur ate. Yeah. So this dude rides pterosaurs, figures out that
shirtless.
That these kids are locals, as he calls them. And where is it? I missed it. Well, he calls them locals, and then he abducts them. He like shoots them with the laser, and it like abducts them away.
Okay.
And so, what's her name? Aaron got shot. So now they're worried. They're trying to go to the hospital. They're 12-year-old girls. They've never driven a car before, so they argue who drives the car. They start driving. They're driving. The black-clad ninja Frankenstein dudes find their homie who died to the giant pterosaur.
Right.
So they bust out a space gun.
These
That's why I
teenage girls
laughed.
are so
they
hard.
have a space gun.
Nice.
You said space
Okay.
gun. That's why I laughed. They pull
I
out
knew
a
someone
space
had a
gun,
damn space
and
gun.
they're like, "We're gonna take care of this. Like we're teenagers. We can take care of it." They literally say that we're teenagers. But so the cool pterosaur flying super space castle Nightman runs into our girls as they're going to the hospital.
He's the one that was riding.
Yeah, there's a pterosaur riding guy.
What's his name?
I don't think they've actually said. They all speak in a really weird, like, future language that's like slang and all this weird stuff. So he runs into the girls, and this is where he figures out that they're locals and that they're not associated with those ninja Frankenstein teenagers.
Right, okay.
So at this point, you put together that ninja teenagers are fighting against this guy.
Okay.
The pterosaur flying
And we
guy.
don't know if he's good or bad yet.
Yeah, you can't. The teenagers have been kind of bad to him, so they probably think this guy's good.
He's kidnapping, but it could be to a cool place.
Right. So he's saying he's going to help them and this and that. Then out of nowhere, bullets go off and shoot this guy in the head and murder him right there.
Oh, what?
He
Oh,
dies like 2 seconds after he tells these girls, I'm going to take you. I'm going to take you. Everything's going to be all right. Blah, blah, blah. He literally takes a bullet out of nowhere.
It's like the those horror movies you liked, where the guy's like, "I'm the hero."
Yeah.
I'm gonna save and then dies
instantly. Yeah. Well, Feast.
The
Feast movies.
Don't watch them.
No, please don't. Don't give those people money.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It's terrible. Just trust us.
We don't like slagging off people on this show, but
no, really, we're pretty good about it.
Don't watch those movies.
No, they're not good.
They're ick.
I think it's the third one. They make these chicks that were go topless for the entire movie.
Oh,
No matter it. So at the beginning, they're like, we need to use our shirts for something, and then literally for like 3/4 or more of the movie, it's two chicks that are only there to walk around and have their boobs out.
they waited till the third movie.
I think it was the second
so
or
they had
third.
their power.
It was
like,
gnarly, dude.
show
I
them
couldn't
titties.
believe it.
That's-
I was a teen at the time. I should have loved it.
I was saying don't watch them because they're gross and
They are. They're super
but
gross.
Also, yeah, those guys sound like
They're creeps for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So dude gets murked. Everybody thinks it's Mac or whoever has the gun. They think it's the girl. Oh, no, it's the ninjas behind them. Thank God the 12-year-old's not a murderer.
Right.
So we find out they finally can talk to the teenagers. Teenagers grab the night suit guy, tech suit knight, and grab his translator, use the translator on them so they can talk. And they're like, "Who are you guys?" And they go, "We're teenagers."
We're teenagers.
That's supposed to mean something. I get it.
Well, my brain's already.
It's gonna come
my wheels
into-
yeah, well, it seems like okay. Obviously, is there more?
Yeah. We're getting towards the end.
Okay,
though.
I'll wait till the end.
Okay,
to say
all right.
what I think is happening.
I'll remind you too.
Yeah.
So they can finally kind of talk to the teenagers, and they're like, "Oh, we're here to help you. We weren't trying to hurt you. Blah blah blah. That guy's a bad guy that was talking to you. We're here. We're the good guys.
So he was a bad guy.
That's the bad guy.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Okay.
So you see the secondary future pterodon riding knight. It's a chick finds the other knight is shot in the head, calls a boss man. So like these panels were really cool. They're right now they don't mean a lot to us, but they were really cool panels. Some dude that looks like a cross between like Gandhi and Einstein gets woken up in his big like fancy bedroom with wearing a Public Enemy shirt.
Nice.
With some painting drawings on his forehead, kind of Third Eye looking stuff. And the future knight whatever lady calls him, keeps saying sorry. Guy says stop saying sorry. What happened? She explains that the other guy's dead. His name was Alistair. The other guy, they finally say his name. The other guy's Alistair. She says he's dead. The people are gone. Whatever. And so that's your first introduction into like, wait, that's somebody's
this
in charge.
Universe's cops.
Yeah, he's like
right?
in charge of some sort. We can infer, a little bit about it. So the future teenagers, or whatever, they say at this point that they're future teenagers, are trying to take them back to their base and help the chick who got shot. That's still a thing. She's still hurt. They're taking her back, and then one of the hunter-killer drones, basically, that the future police force with the Gandhi-looking guy in charge, they send the future police force. They find him in the sewers. They kill the future hunter-killer real quick.
Is that green thing?
Yeah, big, so with a bunch of eyes.
Green ball
it's an orb
with a bunch
of eyes. So they shoot it with the space gun, kill it, and then they come out of the sewer, and they're getting to the middle of the woods. They pull off a sheet, and it's the machine they found earlier in a basement,
which we can assume brought them here.
Yeah,
possibly.
So this is where you start kind of finding stuff out. They go, looks exactly like the thing we found in that basement. So like they actually make it real obvious, so you can't miss it.
Right.
And they're like, they say, oh, we're gonna have to bring your friend into this machine, and we'll heal her. So they go into the cool bell-looking time machine, and they're like, oh, they're just going to help it. But no, the machine disappears into sparks and some cool colors and stuff. And they're like, oh, crap, those teenage dudes or whatever just stole our friend and left. And they're going to be gone forever, and we're all going to die because there's these future cops with night suits riding pterodactyls everywhere.
There's multiple. There's
more
a
than
bunch.
One right. Yeah, so like... Earlier you only saw the one, and then you saw him run into this chick.
So we
the
saw
second
the black
one.
guy.
So
he got shot. Alistair.
Yeah, and then
he
you
was the first police knight.
Yeah,
we saw,
future space nightmare.
Then her.
Yeah,
and now
there's 3 or 4 people searching these people out. So she comes to the teenage dudes are being really nice to her, like chill out, don't worry, you're fine. And they go, she goes, I can't feel my legs. And he goes, that'll pass, Aaron. Just let the bugs do their work, okay?
I saw that.
And she goes, and it's question mark, and you flip the page. It's like a full page picture of her, like, on the seat with, 400 little... They look like assassin bugs, honestly. Like a beetle or an assassin bug of some sort are all crowding around her gunshot wound. So it's a pretty disturbing picture. And they do a close-up, too.
I don't like it.
By the way. They're like crawling inside. They're doing the work, God's work from the inside. So this is where you start finding out, we're teenagers from the future. We scavenge from the past for technology. You're actually in our wind house, not a warehouse. They have a wind house. Do you understand the pun there? It's like a win in time.
Where?
It's like a win in time house.
Oh, not a where.
So it's like it's separate from time. It's where they store all their stuff they steal. I thought it was clever.
So in another universe, do they have a Y house?
I'm sure they have to.
Who
This is
house?
a win house. Yeah, they like. Yeah.
Oh, so does that travel?
Yeah. So the little bell.
That's the machine?
The little bell machine that they got in is the actual time machine.
A wind house.
That transfer them to the wind house. So the machine's there. She's in it at the wind house.
Okay.
Yeah, she's looking out.
This is cool.
Yeah, and there's like an Apple server in front of her controlling the whole warehouse. That's their computer.
Oh, I see it.
It's a giant Apple server.
So they're coming back to now.
Yeah, to the past, 88.
To the past.
Yeah, to grab old technology, just stuff
because obviously technology hasn't.
It's different stuff. They kind of explain it. I don't want to get super into it. I want people to be able to go back and still read it, even though I'm spoiling
for sure.
Spoiling a lot of it. It's still kind of cool. They actually mention, wait, wait a second, that thing was in the basement, and then it was out here. They're like, wait, what does that mean? And they're trying to figure it out, and they're like, wait, I think when she comes back, they go, I think you were in the basement in the machine when we were knocking on the basement machine. You know what I mean? When they went, this girl was actually there and outside of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She went through time, and she was inside the bell whenever they were in the basement.
Oh, she was
from
in there.
Yeah. She went
the
with
girl
the
with the
house.
bugs in her.
Yeah, the main girl, Erin. Yeah. So they're like, whoa, that's crazy. She comes back.
So there were two Aarons at that moment.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
inside,
Slightly
gut
future, slightly past Erin. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the cop runs in, blah blah blah. This is the kind of stuff I want to kind of gloss over. Then you cut back to the big man, the Einstein Gandhi looking dude.
Right.
And you finally see where all of the people that went missing, he actually kidnapped them all. There's just tubes and tubes and tubes of all the people from the town. So it looks like teenagers, adults, everybody. A baby. There's a baby in one of them. So that's where everybody went. Whoever these cops riding pterosaurs with Gandhi man as the lead are just kidnapped.
So they're
abducted.
going to the past to abduct them, or they're bringing them here?
They're going to
and
the past and bringing them to the
hunting.
future, I guess.
Okay.
So, oh, see, I had skipped. That's why I didn't see it. Okay. Yeah, so she was inside the bell. Okay. So they were out in the woods when she disappears, and they go, oh, we saw the bell down there earlier. Maybe we need to go back. So they went back to the house that had the bell in the basement. Mm-hmm. They go in, bam, their friend Erin pops out.
Okay.
Pretty, almost good as new. And then at the end, it doesn't wrap up. It's definitely a to be continued type of situation. So it doesn't really, I spoiled the whole thing. So Gandhi Einstein shows up with the other cop, with the super future night cop, and he starts talking to the girls come on out, blah blah blah, and then that kind of wraps up by them. This is getting away. They got away from him somehow. I don't want to get into it. This is the last little thing I wanted to talk about so they're on. This is what I didn't want to worry about spoiling. So they're on the freeway, trying to wave down a car, even though everybody's gone. They're trying to wave down a car. So a car starts coming and stops for them. Erin goes, "Hey, my name's here. I'm just gonna literally read it. Excuse me, my name is Erin Teague. I deliver newspapers, and my friends and I need help, please." And then the chick that stopped goes, "Is this a joke? My name is Erin Teague."
I knew it.
And the car is a modern car. And she's wearing super modern clothes with her smartphone in her pocket. So they're showing you, the last twist is, oh no, now the girls are in their future, our present.
Right.
And so that's where the comic ends. Which,
is there a grown-up Mackenzie somewhere?
Oh, it's going to be this. I saw the other ones. I saw almost all the other ones at Half Price Books, and there's no way I'm not going to go get at least a few more.
I'm borrowing
this
them
was
when
cool.
You're done.
It was really cool. I know I kind of went on for a little while, but I skipped tons and tons of stuff, and the art is definitely worth checking
cool.
out.
I like it.
It's very clean. It's very clean style. I don't know how to explain it because I'm a plebe.
We suck at this.
Yeah, it's just really cool. Check it out if you have any interest in what I said.
I read that right there as you said it.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
It says. And that's what we need to do.
Yeah, dude, I like this.
So yeah, I don't always recommend or anything, but I would actually probably recommend this.
So she's in there.
Yeah.
Man, this is really cool, dude.
Yeah, and it's very readable. It's not covered in word bubbles the entire time. They let the art breathe. They let it tell its story. They show, not tell. They do tell a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
but
you kind of have to.
Yeah, they're trying to fit a whole lot of story into 5 issues. So, like I said, this is just the #1 graphic novel, and I think they had at least, 5 more of them, maybe. I don't know.
Yo,
it was a bunch.
You said their language was messed up.
Yeah,
I didn't get what you meant, but he said scrutty teenagers. Hey, pause. 2 more stragglers forwarding at Freak 5 the next.
Yeah.
Is that what they all sound like?
No, so the future teenagers have their own like
Oh, I
Asian
see
language that's like weird shapes and stuff.
Symbols.
Yeah, weird symbols. So they speak two different languages. I don't think they're from the same time. I'm pretty sure.
Get a tattoo in this language, faith, on my arm.
Yeah, and then somebody that's even more into the comic than you will be like, that's not what.
And then
means.
Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chang, and Brian K. Vaughan will show up and be like, "That says soup.
That says soup, hot and sour soup.
This is hot and sour soup."
You must really like our comic and hot and sour soup.
I do. I love paper girls.
It's the Venn diagram. I'm right there in the middle. It's just a circle.
Just this is one piece. I love it.
It's super cool. I got it for super cheap. It was there's some cool art choices throughout the middle. Like one part, the chick, her whole life flashes before her eyes, and the way they represented that is really cool. That's what you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
She realizes her entire life was one video game. Not even video games.
Just one
Video game. I think it's Breakout is technically what that's called.
It's like Pong.
It's Pong, but you got to break the bricks above it. And it's like Breakout, I think. Yeah. So she realizes not just
I got that on my phone right now.
Her entire life was spent.
Damn, so this story just keeps going. That's very cool.
And then, like I said, you don't find out anything about the people, really. Just that, they're time displacement people. They travel through time, and some are like cops, and some are like scruddy teenagers.
Scruddy teenagers.
And
then the circuit guys.
Those are the scruddy teenagers.
Well, he was calling that to the
other teenagers.
The ones that came
he
from
thought
the past.
they were the part
Probably,
of them.
right?
That's what he thought, yeah.
So when they saw the ninjas first, at the very beginning, was that the circuit guys?
Yes. The black-clad ninjas were Frankenstein.
So when they came and jacked the kids,
they
girls,
jacked the radio from them. Yeah, they
were like,
did
we need that.
We need that radio.
Technology.
Yep.
So obviously their technologies.
I know they'll get
that's
into
why
it.
My brain's like,
you're trying too hard.
I don't want to wait. I just want to. I don't want to know. But
it'll be there.
I'm turning. My wheels turning.
When I buy the other ones, you'll
exactly.
read this one, and then you can. Read
obviously
the other
something
ones.
happened because it looks similar, but it's not like it's not destroyed. It's not like apocalyptic.
Yeah, no.
Because the
one they go to,
there.
the one that they go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one looks perfectly normal.
Future Aaron has a car.
Their reality or whatever, their time period was all messed up. But for whatever reason, the later time period, like you said, it would have been all apocalyptic.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff,
it's not.
But
it's just
not
off.
It's just slightly different or whatever.
But the stars are different. That's what I keep going to. Is like, all right, the stars are.
So
different.
that was like that's still.
Did Earth move somewhere in the past?
That's still part of like their reality at that point. They hadn't even gone to the different time or whatever.
Well, that was when they walked out of the house.
That was the one they walked out
egg.
Yeah. They walked out, and then
they were like the stars are different.
Yeah.
These aren't the same. So they were already there. That means their sky, their Earth sky, our future Earth sky, is different than our sky now.
Yes.
So maybe Earth moved. You see what I mean? I'll shut up.
Too much. There's more. If this was the only one, I would be sitting here.
Just say, Vaughn, you gotta.
I'd be speculating with you forever. But there's more.
Sorry,
like I said, it came out.
Borrowing it from my co-host.
This comic book.
He's buying it.
This one, I think it just means the paperback, not when the actual comic came out.
Oh, it's Image. Nice.
Yeah. It came out in 2016.
Image, dude. Getting into comics lately, man. Image is quickly becoming one of my favorite, if not my favorite.
Oh, they have the horror comics that I like.
Dude.
They have all sorts of good stuff, bro.
They're Walking Dead, right? No.
IDW.
IDW? Are you sure? Well, wait. What is Invincible? That's Image.
I thought that's IDW.
Man, I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Do I got the wrong one?
I don't.
We'll cut that. I'm just kidding. We're gonna fucking leave.
No,
it in,
never cut.
Don't cut.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, players, fuck up. Let me see. It'd be
IDW or what's the other one? Boom. I've been reading some Boom comics. Those are cool.
Oh, what is it?
I've been reading a bunch of random stuff. I've been digging through the bin at half price books, finding individual issues that I would read for random.
Published by Image. That's what I thought.
It was Image?
Yeah, it is
Okay,
Image. That's
okay.
what I thought. Robert Kirkman does a lot of Image stuff, and so
I thought it was different.
I read all The Walking Dead. I'm reading Invincible. They have that one I showed you about that guy basically doing what your Space Knight is doing. He's traveling to the other universe to rescue people and bring them back to modern day.
You showed me.
So, yes,
that looks so cool.
That one's very cool.
Yeah.
There's another one that I'm really into. I think it's called Outcast, about a man who has seen demons his whole life.
Okay.
It's basically kind of like Constantine, but they go a different route with it.
Right.
It seemed very cool.
Nice.
And I think it's like a certain demon he has to deal with, maybe. Like someone he knew from his past type thing. Anyway, Image is fucking killing it.
Right.
Like, seriously, if you're not down on Image, man, Image, Dark Horse is cool as hell, too.
I love Dark Horse. That was what I was going to say. Dark Horse has been having more of the horror comics.
I mean, when someone says they read comics, they're like, it's Marvel, DC
That's
mostly.
what they think.
And
Yeah.
it's cool. I get it. And I love Marvel comics.
Of
I
course.
even love DC. I read
Yeah.
Justice League Dark. I love that shit.
Right. There's
I love
stuff that I read
Constantine
that's
and stuff.
DC,
So,
for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. Swamp Thing is really cool.
Oh, man.
So-
People don't know how dope Swamp
They
Thing
sleep
is.
on Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Man. But so, yeah, to have another 2 or 3 comic companies you enjoy that are actually really freaking good and different. They're not all connected. It's not all one big universe, right? So it's not like,
Some of the
Invincible
other
isn't
places-
flying in to meet Rick Grimes
Right.
and then meeting this Outcast guy.
So they did have Invincible crossovers with all the other Image.
with Marvel and DC stuff.
Well, mostly Image. That was the ones I'm talking about.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I read Invincible, he saw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then
he runs
Marvel
into,
has a issue where he meets Spider-Man. So that was all that.
Yeah.
But what I mean is just it's not so huge. If you want to start this Outcast comic, you don't have to get into the whole lore of the comic company itself. You don't have to go,
there's no 100 years of continuity.
Exactly. There's no continuity you need.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I want to start Outcast, you just start Outcast. You
Yep.
find the one I did last week was Dark Horse, Orphan and the Five Beasts.
Yeah.
You want to start that one? You don't need to know anything. Just pick
Which
it
is
up.
great. That's what I prefer.
I love that.
That's why we like one-shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Same reason why one-shots are our favorite kinds of comics.
And it's probably just me because I'll be reading a Cyclops X-Men comic and they'll mention something and I'm like, just me. I'm like, God, oh, damn it. Now I got to go read that.
Oh, man.
Where it's like
it's almost like a FOMO type thing. You're like, if I want to know all this stuff and be a good comics reader,
Yeah.
I
What
need
is
a
he talking about?
cross publication. Oh my god.
He's like, remember when I had to stab her? And I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
When did he stab Emma
At the
Frost?
bottom, it'll have an asterisk.
Read X-Men 167.
150,
I'm like,
yeah,
all right,
yeah, yep.
All right, so I guess I'm going back a little further, which is fine because I'll get into it. I love that, but it's nice having Image and Dark Horse where you don't need that. You don't have to know any. Just pick it up.
I agree.
Like this, Paper Girls. Just pick it up and read
it's amazing.
It's dope.
New IP. They're not copying
5 thumbs
or
up.
rebooting something. As far as I know, watch. I'm completely
Oh, yeah,
wrong.
you just
and
fucked it up.
Everybody knows that it's. Oh, how did you not know that's a reboot?
Right.
Yeah, but
or the show's coming out.
yeah,
soon.
you haven't seen the
You know
ad
that-
for the show. God, you know nothing.
Don't add us. We don't give
I
a
forget
shit.
stuff. We're human beings. We're gonna mess up. I
Also
guarantee
just don't
you.
care.
And we don't edit. It's just gonna be staying there.
Yep. Stay in it.
All right.
I'll watch it. I'd watch it.
All right, bro. I want to hear.
Yeah, man. Mine is called Heart of Weirdness. Very fitting, though. All right, you'll see
Say
what
it one
I'm-
more time.
Heart of Weirdness.
Weirdness. Okay.
Yeah, weirdness.
Okay.
So very kind of similar to yours. Like we kind of hit the same vein this week, which is just funny because we haven't been anywhere close.
No,
as far as
ours
what
has
we've
been
chosen.
opposite so far.
Yeah. So this is Heart of Weirdness. The writer is Seth Andrew Jacob. You got to say all 3 names.
Yeah, yeah.
The artist is Alchemichael.
Okay.
So it's on the cover. That's what it says.
Right.
Alchemichael. He goes. It's Michael something. I found a few pages where it said his real name, but Alchemichael. That's what I'm.
What he goes by.
Yeah, because it's on the cover.
Okay.
So, colors Pete Toms, letters by Colin Bell, design by Dylan Todd, and a variant cover by Ben Sears. All right, so this is a very, very short comic, right? So I don't want to get too far into it, but What it's about, a soldier journeys to another universe to recover a deranged military scientist. He's chosen for this mission for one reason. He's the least likely to go insane. But what he sees on the other side pushes his mind to the limits. If he breaks, the power mad scientist breaks all of reality with them, right?
Okay.
It's very short, very straight to the point. So I don't want to get into what actually happens in the comics.
Okay. Opposite of what I did.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what the reason they chose him, it's very funny. It's like Idiocracy.
Really?
Where it's like, you know, they picked Luke Wilson to freeze in that movie because they're like, hey,
He's the most average.
he's just the most normal dude in the
Yeah.
world. They're like, this guy's straight. Like, they make a deal out when he's talking to like a general or colonel or something, someone in charge of this experiment they're doing.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you're not gonna go crazy. Like, look at you, you're steady as a rock right now, dude. You're just like the normal. You're normal.
He's
Like,
just a
you're not
regular
gonna go,
guy.
Yeah, you're not gonna go crazy. So what they're doing is initially the deranged scientist, his name is Dr. Fault.
Okay.
It's
Subtle.
Project. Yeah, right. It's Project Backdoor. He pioneered multiversal transit procedure, history of manic depression, instability, unhealthy obsession with the occult and metaphysics.
Okay. Cool.
So these are some of his notes. This doctor who's the project leader of Project Backdoor, right?
Okay.
So if intel could be passed through the universe next door, it could never be intercepted, never be hacked, never be leaked. And it says, Fault is behaving erratically, keeps mumbling, have to start over, have to begin again under his breath. So there was a previous experiment where a pup dog named Waldo, see, that's him all.
Oh.
Yeah, so they failed to retrieve him. And that I think that pretty much is what lost him. So he went crazy because his dog never came back.
Yeah.
Which I totally get.
Yeah.
So 12 scientists and 4 guards are dead. Security footage confirms Fault was still armed when he crossed through codename Backdoor.
Okay.
So he goes off, and they pick this guy Everett to go in after him.
The average guy.
Basically, yeah. So
Okay.
that's the guy he's dealing with. And man, it's very short. It's a quick read. Really cool art again, just like you. I don't know how to explain it. It seems like sloppy on purpose.
Okay.
So I like it. I'm
So
not
like
saying it's
loose
bad.
style or
Yes,
maybe
loose,
sketchy almost.
Yeah, there you go. That's a
Okay.
good. That's all right.
Gotcha.
If you see it and it's not that, I don't care.
That's close
I
enough.
tried, but it was a good read, man. It was fun. It was very interesting. It has a very somewhat ambiguous ending to where it's like, hey, I know this is what happened.
Is this the
but
first of more?
only?
Oh, okay.
One and only.
Okay.
It's a one shot.
Okay.
I was scrolling through the comic list in the H's and saw Heart of Weirdness, and I was like, what is this?
Got your attention.
And I was hooked immediately. So like as soon as I started reading, I was like, I got to know the ending. But it's such a short, man. I don't even know how many pages it is. Not many at all.
Yeah.
So it really is just me kind of reading the back of the book, being like, there you go.
Oh,
go
yeah.
enjoy it. Go.
That
have fun.
explains everything. I can't do.
But he does go in after him. You know, the universe is different. Obviously, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's crazy, landscapes, clouds. Everything's different. It is a fun read. So if you come across it, definitely grab it. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I saw a little bit of the art. I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said, kind of sketchy, maybe.
yeah, there's a big page of it right there.
Simple-ish, like heavy lines, real heavy edges on stuff, like maybe almost marker style drawing.
Yeah.
Or pen style maybe. But yeah, it looks cool. The dog in the weird futuristic straitjacket's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking, is that a straitjacket or is
It's
that
like a future-
like the machine they put him in?
Exactly. I think that's what it was.
It is, because when you see Everett step out into the universe for the first time, is like mass pops
cool.
off and like
Like an
folds down.
exoskeleton around, or just like a shell.
I feel bad because I was like, oh, it was so short. Like
Right.
I almost reported on an article I read about the book.
Wow.
Because I was
See,
like, I don't have anything.
To clarify, when we pick one, we just kind of stick with it. Like
Yeah.
the other week when I did Lowrider in Space, that was a kid's book. I didn't know it was a kid's one when I started, but I kept going. So we're gonna find ones that were short.
Yeah,
we're
very
gonna
short.
find probably some that don't even have dialogue in them at some point.
Ooh, like yeah.
Yeah, just
probably
full,
would.
like Marvel calls them nuff saids.
Enough said.
Yeah, so like I know a lot of independent books do that like a lot.
I've come across.
So
them.
that's going to happen. We're not always going to have 20, 30 minutes of stuff to say
Exactly.
about these comics because some of the comics either don't have 20 or 30 minutes of stuff to say about
It's
them
true.
or it's pointless otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, because I could spoil the whole book.
Yeah,
and it
you
would-
could go page for page and explain exactly what
and that would
happened.
Still take me probably 10
10 minutes, you're right.
Not long at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, man, if you find it, grab it.
Awesome.
Read it. It's a good little read, man. Put it on your toilet.
If I ever find it in the wild, I'll grab it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I have digital copies.
Yeah.
So you can't
I-
you can't borrow mine.
I don't. I usually get everything from half price books, and kind of that's how I decide my on my letters which one comic I'm gonna get. I had P, so I went to the P section.
Oh yeah, I had H.
Yeah.
Obviously,
P-
Heart of Weirdness.
Yeah, I went to
didn't
the
say
P
it.
section.
My bad, yo.
There was 7 or 8 different kinds of comics that I could pick from. I looked at the art on them, and at some of them I read the back, and that's usually how I just pick.
So I go off a comic list, and then I just read. So what I read was the soldier's journey to another world to find a mad scientist, and I was like, hell yeah, that sounds cool.
Right.
So similar to yours, he has to travel to another place,
Yeah.
not necessarily to find someone in yours. Yours is kind of, hey, we're here. What do we do?
Yeah.
But they still had to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's neat. We kind of ended up there. I go on the comics list, so I find this online
a lot of stuff.
a list of comics.
Yeah.
Basically, it could incorporate just a huge library.
Yeah.
And I just scroll through until I find one, and then if it's available, I'll get that one.
Yeah.
And then that's where I go. So yeah, I had no idea it was short. There was nothing I read. I should have. To say
Yeah,
it was
but no, you
20
shouldn't have
pages.
because we'll end up
Pick it,
cherry
right?
picking. We'll cherry pick
True.
stuff. I want to. That's the only kind of rule I gave myself was try not to like cherry pick too
Right.
much. If the art disgusts me and means I'm not going to be able to read
Well,
it, I
we
should
have a
still.
line.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not gonna read some creepy pervert novel, weird stuff.
Well,
Like,
because it would be hard to talk about on here without being very crude or whatever.
our first episode, I did the Lost Boy, and that was really short. But I went page for page on that
Yeah.
one, and I
I
didn't
broke
feel
it
like
down.
I didn't want to do it to this one because it's really good.
It didn't seem like
and it's
yeah.
it's got a book ending. It's not a big punch up.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
cool.
I like it when things are like, oh man, I'll say that you don't know how it's going to end. You have no clue because it
I
feels
love
like
that.
it could be. I stabbed him. We're done.
Yeah.
bring me
Uh-huh.
home. I killed
It's
him.
over.
That's not what happens. So-
MacGuffin.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done. So it definitely ended way crazier than I thought, which is why I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I get it.
If you
I
come
get it.
over and to like babysit,
Well, it's a
or
one and
something-
done, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
so mine is just the very beginning, so I have zero issue spoiling it
Oh, that's
because
true.
it's
You
only
got-
number one of a bajillion.
yeah, you got 4 other volumes to
Yeah,
read.
if anything, now you want to read the rest of them.
Wait, back to yours. Do you think they come out like this?
In that size?
Or it says collects.
Okay, so I actually the other
Sorry,
ones.
we're back on Paper Girls.
Yeah, so on those, like I said, there was more than that one, and they all seem to be
Yeah.
much thicker.
It doesn't say
Than this one.
collects anything though. It might just come out. Oh, comes the first volume. So yeah, I think it's just coming out like this.
No, it says it's
Where, motherfucker?
Here.
I don't see nothing. Oh, on the inside.
Yeah, it tells you which comics they collect.
So maybe it is
Paper Girls 1 through 5.
Oh, so it's Image. They probably are coming out with comics.
yeah,
they
it's
are.
single. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, it collects 1 through 5.
And these.
So the other ones looked bigger than this, like they collected 10 or 12 or something.
I would like Heart of Weirdness to continue.
Yeah,
It'd be cool if they were like, hey, like
somehow
what's
it keeps
up
going.
with this universe?
Right.
Like, I mean, I do enjoy when you're in and out, and it's like, enjoy it for what it is. I appreciate that. And at the same time, I would like to expand on it.
Yeah.
And we're back on Heart of Weirdness, sorry. But I would love for it to expand just simply because I'm interested. But then that's how you run things into the ground where it's like, all right.
You creatively bankrupt yourself when you force yourself to continue when it shouldn't continue.
I think these guys have more in them. Honestly, I think because it was so short and concise and specific to the point. Very cool writing. I think these guys got more in them in this universe. Maybe not with those characters.
Yeah,
but like,
they can always
like
spin
even
it.
if I never heard of Everett again, it's like I would see more of that.
Everything
world.
about it's cool.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
writing is cool. The story's cool. The
Art.
art's cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
That's awesome.
5 thumbs up. All right, so you ready? Matt versus Adam.
all right. What do we?
You got vengeance on your mind. This week.
Man, I've just been getting whooped.
All right, so we take a comic book character generator, and we do a versus with each other. We'll do Marvel, DC, tunes, or animes.
Tunes. We haven't done tunes.
You want to do tunes?
I want to do tunes
All right,
for
so
sure.
you're gonna go first. Oh, I got video game characters. Hold up.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. I don't think I have tunes. No.
I could do video game.
You want to do video game characters?
Yeah,
All right,
that's cool.
All right, so we'll let you go first since
All right.
you're 0-2. Is it working?
There it goes.
There we go. Okay.
Oh wow, you can see it's scrolling.
you got?
Dante from Devil May Cry.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
You might be taking this one. Let's see who I got.
That's why I want the video games one, because everybody's feats are so insane in video games.
Oh,
just
yeah.
by the nature of it being a video game. Like whenever you look up lore,
I got Duke Nukem.
nice.
All right, that's
We
you,
know who
right?
wins,
I mean,
yeah.
that's you. I
Yeah.
know we're supposed to
Try to
debate
argue it, I guess.
Okay. I'm sure I got some guns.
Yeah.
But dude, you fight like Satan. Dante's like
I'm like a
literally
supernatural being, basically.
You've gone to hell.
Yeah.
I fight aliens.
Yeah.
And like
Aliens that can die from a shotgun.
a
and then
regular gun.
Yeah, shotgun. Yeah.
So and Dante
Pistol.
uses guns. He uses
like
guns
crazy
and
guns.
swords, so
Like crazy. Pew, 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 pew.
your bad guys are killed by guns.
Yeah, that's true.
But you just got to go super hard on them, I
But
guess.
you have to. I shoot them 80 million times while I'm doing backflips.
and
Remember,
you're slicing them like
slice them with the cool giant sword.
giant sword. Yeah, I don't think there's much arguing.
Yeah.
This one. I might have a gun. What gun? What were his guns? He had some
Dukes,
dope-
you started with a pistol, literally like a regular pistol, and most of the aliens could die. And then you get a shotgun, and then you blah blah blah. You get rocket launchers and shit.
So it's my
You
rocket,
eventually
my little
get-
my 4-barrel rocket launcher.
But he doesn't even move it. Oh, he does move super fast.
Okay, hold on. Let's look it up. Let's see if he's above.
He moves. He's almost Doomslayer. He's not Doomslayer. Like if this was Doomslayer versus Dante, I might say that Doomslayer might win, but he's not on that level.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think as far as
They
strength
portray
goes,
him
he's
as a
it's like a regular guy, right?
wise ass. Yeah, he's just a dude.
Yeah, I'm
But
not,
in the game, he moves so fast. I saw some clip of it like yesterday, which is a really weird coincidence. Yesterday or the day before, and the guy was playing the original one, or Duke
Original
Nukem
what?
3D.
Oh, Duke Nukem, okay.
3D though, the
Shake
one
it,
on
baby.
computer, and I think they even did that one on 64 or something. But he moves like insanely fast, like Doomslayer does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe even faster. So that's your one. I move super fast too, though.
Yeah, no, you're crazy fast.
Yeah, and definitely more agile.
Oh yeah, you're flipping, dude. You're fighting 4-story tall demons
Yeah.
in hell, jumping off of rocks and guts
With
and all
giant
crazy.
sword and like gnarly guns.
Yeah, so apparently he's a little stronger than regular people.
Yeah, he would have to.
So
but,
I mean, because they said something about manhandling aliens.
right.
He's shown to decapitate and rip the heads off of alien bodies using brute strength alone. He's tough enough to trek unprotected across the hostile surfaces of the moon and marksmanship and demolition. So
Okay.
you come in flipping around with your swords and guns. I got claymores and
Yeah.
explosives.
He had mines or something.
Exactly,
and bombs.
so-
I remember having bombs.
It's like my defense is okay,
Yeah, you're out. Yeah.
right? So I may be able to slow you down a little bit.
Possibly. Yeah.
Maybe put
I
you
can
somewhere
give you
where
that.
you can't be as,
back me
efficient,
up.
maybe.
Back me up so I can't sword you instantly.
Or something, yeah.
I would
put
say-
you somewhere where you can't jump around.
Can't instantly murder you.
Take you into a cave or some shit, maybe. But like
I feel like I'd just be bouncing off the stalagmites.
we
and
we bury each other. I got giant guns and demolitions,
and
so
you'd
I'm
be
like,
doing stupid one-liners the whole time.
yeah, I would.
really
well, he
bad
does too,
ones.
doesn't he? Doesn't Dante have some? He's quippy.
It's not the same type. I would say.
No,
I would say it's very. No, but I guess kind of. I could see what you
Quips
mean.
are quips, bro.
Yeah, I could see what you mean.
They're good quips.
Better than Duke Nukem's.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Does it depend on what you're fighting? I'm fighting goofy aliens. You're fighting straight
Really
demons.
like Predator knockoff aliens.
You're fighting
remember?
some hardcore stuff.
Do you
dude.
remember Duke Nukem games?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I shake it, baby.
Yeah, the pixelated stripper.
We worked
moves.
so hard to get to that titty club.
It wasn't even. Yeah.
And if anyone could hear it from the computer, it was like, shake it, baby.
Yeah, every time you
shake
gave
it,
them a
ba-"
dollar.
Yeah, because you had unlimited ones.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
shake it, baby. And they would shake their tits a little
Most
bit.
pixelated boobs you can imagine.
Oh, loved it. Ugh.
Oh man.
I was like, what? I was probably like,
Middle school, maybe late elementary school.
my dad was letting me play Duke Nukem.
Oh, dude!
Shout out to Dad. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously were too.
Oh, I was in. Nobody else at my age was into the Duke Nukem like I was.
Yeah, well, it's
Because
computer
I was
games.
young. It was a computer game.
So that's
First of
already
all.
kind of alienates a
Yep.
lot of people.
Yeah, most kids were console.
My
for
dad
sure.
used computer for work, so I had a decent one. Even when they were shitty, it was all right.
Oh,
so
expensive
I could put
ones back
expensive,
in the day. Yeah.
which are probably shit.
Oh,
now,
they're
but
terrible. It's worse
I
than
could
your
run
smartphone.
Duke Nukem on there. and
That's
watch.
all that mattered.
My first DVD was because of that computer, and it was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
What do you mean? You like burned one?
No,
on
my
there?
first
You
one
just-
I bought.
Oh, okay.
Like bought the DVD.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't have a DVD player.
yeah.
And yeah, dude. And Gladiator, obviously.
Oh man.
With its double DVD.
double disc.
Even
oh my
even
God.
on DVD, it was
Braveheart.
still too long on one.
Braveheart used to have the double VHS.
Oh
we
yeah,
had that one.
Titanic too.
Titanic too. Yeah.
Oh, The Last Dawn. I remember.
Did you ever jerk it to Titanic when you were a kid?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Good.
Man.
Good.
My brother used to come in and would like turn on my TV and would catch it on a freeze frame. Oh, we were whacking it, huh? Like, oh man. The movies that I've had to freeze frame, bro.
Oh,
are like-
dude, yeah. Well, before widespread adoption of internet porn,
yeah.
what did you get? What did you want?
Yeah, it
that
was
was prime. Being
a
able to pause
magazine.
something,
Oh yeah. That
being
was-
able to rewind and
or slow mo so you could still see it
PlayStation,
move.
I think, had the slight editing feature where you could loop it. You could
Oh,
loop it on the
what?
PlayStation. Yeah,
That would've
yeah.
came in handy.
Oh my God! When I figured that out,
This is
it's
like a
over.
whole other episode of a podcast.
It's
like
related.
Like, I don't think you women out there know what your sons were doing when they were 12 or 13. You know, but you don't know. Like, yeah, dude, I got that swimsuit, Sports Illustrated swimsuit, and I was like,
Oh,
it's just,
yeah.
it's just swimsuit.
Yep.
Like, and it's just so much skin everywhere.
Yep. It was definitely what we needed. All right, so Duke Nukem and
Yeah, we got on the porn.
And
but
Dante.
It's all good.
But-
But you're winning.
yeah,
You're winning.
I am.
That's
That's what I wanted to wrap up on.
You're 2-1. We're
Yeah.
two.
Oh.
I'm 2-1.
Yeah.
You're 1-2.
Yep.
So not that it matters. Who gives a shit?
I'm keeping track.
Yeah. I mean, the internet is.
Yeah. If people actually listen, they'd be like, "No, he
But
said."
just the recorded evidence
yeah,
of you getting
crap.
beat twice.
I'll
so.
just like start changing it up and be like, "Oh, he deleted episodes where I won." He keeps
you heard it
deleting,
here.
yeah.
He's not. You don't let him say that
Fudge.
shit.
I
This
just
is episode 3.
I pulled a supervillain move and told you my plan before it came to
I got
fruition.
I got you monologuing.
Damn it.
All right, that's the show.
Bye.
Y'all have a good one.